and then Carlos Cisneros, who plays behind them in that central defensive midfield position. How well they can build, move the ball quickly, get counters against Walla, because they're expecting a high press from Jose Cedeno's team today. They are about to introduce the lineups, and we are getting closer to kickoff. We'll take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Gawler Health when we continue the Sway Motors Tailgate Show on GoHermiston.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kennison Field for this MCC matchup between the Walla Blue Devils and your Hermiston Bulldogs. We will start by announcing the starters for the Blue Devils, as chosen by head coach Jose Cedeno. At goalkeeper, Jeffrey Ruiz. Defender number 4, Juan Perez Cuellar. Defender number 5, Christian Perez. Midfield number 7, Ruben Ornelas Jr. Forward number 8, Daniel Vega. Forward number 10, Juan Segovia Cruz. Forward number 12, Ethan Marsh. Forward number 14, Javier Hernandez. Midfielder number 15, Edgar Meza. Forward number 16, Gabriel Mercado. And midfielder number 17, Enrique Gomez. And now for your Hermiston Bulldogs, as announced by head coach Rich Harshberger and assisted by Ricardo.
Gawler Health brings you the starting lineups for the Walla Blue Devils and Hermiston Bulldogs. The visitors, as introduced by fourth-year head coach Jose Cedeno. Jeffrey Ruiz is a senior in goal. The 4 in the defense in front of him. Senior left back Ethan Marsh, Juan Perez Cuellar, and Ruben Ornelas Jr. in the middle, and Christian Perez, the sophomore defender, at right back. The defensive midfielder is a junior, Enrique Gomez. In front of him, Daniel Vega playing on the left and Edgar Meza on the right. And then the 3 forwards, Juan Segovia Cruz, Javier Hernandez, and Gabriel Mercado. For the Hermiston Bulldogs and head coach Rich Harshberger, Raul Cornejo gets the start in goal. In front of him, 3 defenders, Brian Nava, Miguel Moreno, and Brandon Madrigal. 3 in the back, 5 in the midfield, with Carlos Cisneros as the defensive midfielder. Alexis Leal and Moises Lopez ahead of him, and Angel Valencia and Abel Varela Lepe on the wings. Up top, Sam Cadenas and Jorge Carrillo. The Bulldogs and the Blue Devils both 0-1, both looking for win number 1 this season, and we will have kickoff coming your way. This is the end of the Sway Motors Tailgate Show on AM 1360 KOHU's web stream, GoHermiston.com.
We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance due to technical difficulties. Please follow with me. I pledge allegiance let's play some soccer.
Hermiston and Walla Walla, their final team huddles. The Blue Devils in a all-white kit with blue numerals and a lettering Hermiston. Black pants, black tops with purple along the shoulders, purple numerals outlined in gold, and a purple socks, the home kit for Rich Harshberger's team. The head coach said one of the things to look for today was how well the right side of the offense was able to connect with the defender, Brandon Madrigal. Abel Varela Lepe will stay in front of Madrigal, but whether or not they can get connected between these two, and if they can't, whether or not the opponent can take advantage of it. He said it was something Chiawana didn't really get to a point where they were able to take advantage of it when Hermiston lost 2-0 in Pasco earlier this week. Got some cloud cover right now, 59 degrees, not really a breath of wind to speak of as we have kickoff, and we are underway. And the Bulldogs attacking right to left here across the GoHermiston.com virtual radio dial. And it'll be out for a throw for the Blue Devils to start things off. Juan Segovia Cruz wearing the captain's armband. He is on the right side up front for Walla Walla. Javier Hernandez out on the left. And that puts Gabriel Mercado as the center striker for the Blue Devils in this 4-3-3 alignment. 3-5-2 for Hermiston with Carrillo and Cadenas up top. Big swing by Gomez to knock it into the midfield. Moreno hits a header, and it's sent by Madrigal out wide to the right side. Lepe to control, and he'll slide it forward to Leal. Leal up to space. Carrillo there. He'll swing it wide to the left side, and Valencia is able to run on it. Valencia drops it back. Leal running onto it, running into traffic. It falls to Cadenas. Cadenas, the defensive lineman for the Hermiston football team, is taken off of the ball, and it's sent back into the defense, where Nava controls and slides it forward on the ground to Valencia. Valencia into the middle. Cisneros has the ball taken away from him. Slide it out wide for Hernandez. Hernandez return to Vega, and it's past Daniel Vega, and Hermiston's able to clear out to the near sideline. Kept in by Valencia, and back into the middle of the field for Leal. Leal out wide to Lepe. Lepe pushing forward with time and space. On the ground with his left. Deflected by Gomez. Gomez into the attacking half for Walla Walla. Wide for Hernandez. The sophomore forward giving chase with Madrigal. Knocking it out to touch. And Walla Walla will have a throw. Just a couple of minutes in. And the Walla Walla Blue Devils have it in their attacking third. Ethan Marsh, the left back, will make the run up to try for what looks like to be a long throw, but it's headed away. And the senior Lepe touches it forward. Leal, big ball over the top for Cadenas. It's direct, but the junior forward not able to run onto it. Into the hands of Jeffrey Ruiz. The senior goalkeeper distributes out wide to Perez on the right side. Perez's pass is deflected. A one-touch. Wide for Valencia. Valencia shouldered off the ball by Cuellar. It's going to go out for a corner kick for Hermiston. Third minute of action. And it will be the senior Angel Valencia. Now, looks like he will actually hand it off. And let Alexis Leal, the senior, take an in-swinger with his right foot. Hermiston looking for the first shot of the game. 36:35 on the clock. Towards the middle of the box. Ball knotted down and cleared out by Cuellar to the near sideline. It'll go out, and Hermiston will have a throw to keep the ball in their attacking half. Brian Nava is the junior defender, but he'll let Miguel Moreno take it, the center defender in the 3 on the back line. Ball floated over the top for Walla Walla, and Nava giving chase. He will shepherd it all the way down into the corner and then turn it over. Slide it wide to really nowhere. Blue Devils lost on Thursday hosting Kamaikan 2-1 the final score. Juan Perez Cuellar scored the first goal of the season for the Blue Devils, but it was 2 second-half goals for Kamaikan to give them the 3 points in what will be a shortened season here for a little more than a month, and then things will turn over to the winter sports. Ball headed out by Carlos Cisneros, Hermiston's senior defensive midfielder. And it'll be Christian Perez with the throw. He'll go down the line for Segovia Cruz, and it's out. Touched out by Nava, and another throw just up from the corner flag coming for Walla Walla in the 6th minute of action. Both teams looking for their first opportunity on goal. Walla Walla seeing if they can test Raul Cornejo, the senior goalkeeper for Hermiston, who will split time, we expect. Foul on Walla Walla. We expect we will see Josh Farias as well in the second half. At least that's Richardsberger's plan right now. Farias is one of the guys who may not be at full fitness, so that could change. It's like everything in 2021. Everything is subject to change. The throw to Cadenas, he gets double team, and Cuellar sends it back into Walla Walla's attacking half, and it's shouldered out by Moreno for a Walla Walla throw. Segovia Cruz, but he can't control it, so Hermiston has the throw. Into the middle field for Cisneros. Segovia Cruz gets tumbled down, battling with Leal in the middle. Near side, Valencia can't control. And Walla Walla again will have a throw down the near sideline. Their side of the field, one of the nuances to playing in a pandemic, the benches are on opposite sides, so each assistant referee has a coaching staff and substitutes to deal with. Moreno trying to clear, earns a throw off of a deflection off of the spikes of Juan Segovia Cruz, the senior forward for the Blue Devils. 33 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the first half. Scoreless as the Bulldogs and the Blue Devils both probe early on, looking for a first opportunity. Some miscommunication, but it is slid forward for Hermiston to Horacio Gabriel. So actually that's a change for Hermiston, is Carrillo ended up not getting the start. Richardsberger said it was questionable whether or not he was going to be healthy enough. And so Gabriel out on the left side. Moreno misses in the defense, and Javier Hernandez has it out on the left wing for Walla Walla, but he slips trying to slide it forward for Mercado. Moreno clears back to midfield. Held in by Marsh into the middle of the field. Gomez will send it wide to Cruz on the right side. Cruz returns to Gomez. Gomez slides it into the defense, right to Navo, steals for Hermiston. Leal drops, and out wide into space for Abel Varela Lepe. Switches the field. Gabriel, the senior, gets the touch. And now over the top, letting Valencia run on. Ball touched out. Cuellar defending well and earns a goal kick for the Blue Devils. Jeffrey Ruiz will send it into the middle, flicked forward by Ornelas Jr. Gomez, the central defensive midfielder, into the attacking half, and Moreno does nothing more than kick it out to the near sideline for a throw for Walla Walla. Not quite 10 minutes into the contest. Scoreless as the Blue Devils have a throw incoming. It'll be taken by Christian Perez, the sophomore. Perez in. Settled by Segovia Cruz. And then offside, Mercado had ventured past the last defender. Palms to the sky for Jose Cedeno, the fourth-year head coach. I think he thought that Madrigal on the other side of the defense was holding on his center forward. Meza, the sophomore, gets his first touch in the midfield, isn't able to settle it. Nobody's able to settle it yet. And now flicked forward for Mercado. Headed away by Nava. Hermiston trying to counter the other way. Gabriel cannot control it. Chested down by Gomez, slid out to Perez. Perez will try to switch the field out to the left. Lepe runs onto it for Hermiston. Controls in the middle. Slides it to his left for Leal. Leal right in the center circle. Drops it for Cisneros. Cisneros wide to Lepe. Leal again. Hermiston getting some good connection and possession there, although Gabriel is taken off of the ball, and then it's driven well out all the way over the fencing and off of the construction fencing. As off beyond Kennison Field, we're watching each time we're here a little bit more progress on what will be the new softball complex for Hermiston High School and where the old fairgrounds were. Hermiston a couple of changes as Cisneros and Valencia will come off. Angel Mendoza, a sophomore, will come on. He'll go out wide to the left side and he'll get a touch. Valencia battling with Cuellar and a whistle. The sophomore called for a foul, and Walla Walla will have a kick. Carrillo came in at that sub, and so he'll be playing on the right, but he'll drop into the midfield and play behind Gabriel. Christian Perez to throw in on the near sideline. 12th minute of action, scoreless. Hermiston hosting Walla Walla at Kennison Field. Gomez, pressured from behind by Cadenas, who takes him off the ball, but Cadenas taken right back and then called for a foul. Walla Walla restarts quick. Hernandez has it just outside the box on the left side. Cuts it to his left foot. He will take a shot, gloved by Cornejo. The first shot of the game with 27.5 minutes left in the first 40-minute half. It would have found goal if it got there, but it wasn't too tough for Cornejo to handle. In the middle of the field, a drop, and slide it wide. One touch. Walla Walla Segovia Cruz down the near sideline. Mendoza, the sophomore, chasing him down. And it's walked out. Nava will have the throw for Hermiston. Go quick. Turnover, Hernandez giving chase. Controlled by Madrigal. Little touch down the right side. Carrillo slows it up. And now they'll try forward for Gabriel. Cannot get to him. Lopez, who's dropped a little bit deeper into the midfield, gets on the ball and controls it for Hermiston. They'll slide it backwards. Madrigal's touch into traffic. Hermiston still controls. Wide for Lepe. Lepe's got options. On the turf to Cadenas. He'll take a swing, but it's deflected out by Cuellar, the center back senior for Walla Walla. Is going to end up earning a throw. And Cadenas will be the one who puts it back in play. Throws it in the middle. Nobody particularly there for Hermiston. Deflected out wide. And caroms off of Mendoza as he chases it into the corner. Bump into the back of Segovia Cruz, who's dropped into the defense. And Walla Walla's got a change. About 15 minutes in, Owen Parker, a sophomore, will come in and replace Christian Perez on the right side. This is a forward, but right now he's set up to play right back. Up to Segovia Cruz, the captain, sends it in the middle, deflected. Leal's got it for Hermiston. Slides it out wide. Lepe will let it go further than him for Madrigal, who's making the run forward from the defense. To Cadenas, down in the right corner. Cadenas all the way down to the end line. He'll drop it. Centered. And a left-footed shot carries wide for Carrillo. Hermiston's first shot of the contest, 24 minutes and change here in the first half. Walla Walla's got another change waiting as Samuel Saldana is at the center line. And he'll enter the midfield for Daniel Vega. And go out to the left side where Vega had been playing. Saldana, a junior. And the ball is sent in his general direction by Ruiz. Controlled by Carrillo. Into the defense for Madrigal. Madrigal slides it forward. Back to Moreno. Hermiston kind of working their way into this with more controlled passing now. Forward, Cadenas, he got on the inside, got a right-footed shot wide of Ruiz's goal. Sam Cadenas did a nice job of getting himself in that position where he was able to slide inside of Ruben Ornelas Jr. And then decided to one-time the shot as it was rolling for him. Cadenas is one of those guys who'd been an interesting decision if Hermiston was still a member of the OSAA instead of the WIAA, because the junior's a standout for David Faietete and the Bulldog football team. And in the OSAA, boys soccer and football at the same time. But in Washington, boys soccer is a spring sport, so you separate the two, and it means Cadenas doesn't have to make the decision. He's a legacy guy for Rich Harshberger's program. His brothers Pedro, Cesar, and St. all came through this program as well. So never had to make the tough choice which one it would have been. 18th minute of action, scoreless. Hermiston's gotten a couple of shots, but haven't put one on Ruiz's goal in the last few minutes. Gabriel Mercado for Walla Walla. Touches it forward to himself. Battling with Mendoza, and a foul will be called on Moreno, the central defender. He's also going to get a talking to for the veracity of that foul. Coming in shoulder to shoulder to Mercado. And for Walla Walla, Enrique Gomez, the junior, will stand over this free kick from about 40 yards away. But it gets to Hernandez, controlled by Madrigal back to the midfield. And Gabriel gets it to him. Horacio Gabriel down the right side. Slides it forward to Cadenas, again in that right wing. Cadenas tries to drop. Marsh deflects it. Hermiston controls. The deflection rolls back towards Ruiz, and he'll let it go out for a goal kick. No, they say off of Walla Walla last. So the Bulldogs have their second corner of the contest. About a minute away from the halfway point of half number 1. It'll be Abel Varela Lepe to take it with his left foot, an in-swinger. From the goalkeeper, Ruiz's left. Hermiston's got 5 guys stacked up at around 12 yards away. Over the top, it falls to Madrigal, poked in by Cadenas. Madrigal couldn't quite get a swing on it, but it fell to Sam Cadenas, and the juniors got the first goal of the game in the 20th minute. Just a scramble in the box, and Walla didn't have anybody to clear it out, and Hermiston's got the 1-0 lead. 20 minutes remaining on the nose here in the first half. Gabriel will put some pressure on after Walla's restart from the midline. And it rolls till Saldana, the sub. Sends one forward that's deflected. Back towards the midfield. Walla controls. And it'll go out, and it'll be a throw. Hermiston will take this opportunity to make a change. And Erasmo Carrillo, a senior, will come into the defense. And he's in for Moreno. So Brandon Madrigal will move to the central position, with Carrillo playing out wide on the right where Madrigal had been. Alexis Leal controls in the middle of the field. Slides it on the turf. And Leal gets a return. He'll go over the top to Mendoza down in the left corner. The sophomore is able to run onto it. Controls, drops. The drop a little bit tough, and Leal can't keep it in, so Walla with a throw. The Blue Devils now trailing 1-0 as Owen Parker, the sophomore sub, will put it back into play. Missed touch. Leal steals it for a minute. Meza has it controlled, and Walla will send forward. Over the top, Hernandez on the run. Corneo will come off his line and out of his box to send it back to midfield, where Lepe controls. Nicely done. Forward to Cadenas. Step up by Cuellar. Cuellar and Cadenas battling. And the ball gets back towards midfield. Touch wide by Carrillo. Lepe waiting. Has it. His return pass just can't find anybody. Segovia Cruz for Walla. Doesn't step on it. Control right in the middle and a big collision. Ball turned over by Hermiston. The collision was Moises Lopez and Gabriel Mercado. And actually it's Mercado's last action, at least for now, as he is replaced by sophomore Abraham Escobedo. So Escobedo will move into the center of the 3 forwards up top for Jose Cedeno's team. Talking with Edwin Romero, his assistant coach. The Blue Devils find themselves down 1-0 after the 20th minute goal by Sam Cadenas on the scramble in front after Hermiston's second corner kick of the game. Moreno is back in for Hermiston after getting a little tape on his arm, it looks like. Hernandez weaves through a couple of defenders for Walla, slides it wide to Escobedo. The sub has it on the left side, moving into the box. Taken off the ball by Moreno. Moreno on the far sideline. Gives it right back to Escobedo. On the turf, rolls past everybody, but wide it works out for Segovia Cruz. He'll go down the right side into the attacking third. And touched out, it hits the corner flag, so it will be a corner kick for the Blue Devils. 16.5 minutes remaining in the first half of action. Blue Devils with their first corner kick of the game. A high arcing ball to the penalty spot, and it's headed out. Lepe gets it away, and that's out wide where Hermiston can go on the run. Ball sent by Carrillo up top. Gabriel trying to control. Cadenas battling as well, and Cadenas will get called for the foul. Sam Cadenas, he talking to the official saying, what exactly am I supposed to do here? Cadenas had this happen to him against Chihuahua as well, where he got a yellow card. And Richardsburg said persistent infringement, and sometimes the officials just don't know what to do with Cadenas because he is 220 pounds. He turns his back to a restart by Cuellar and takes it off of his bottom, but is able to get Hermiston the ball out of this deal. Leal's got it in the middle of the park, sends it out wide into space. Up top, good ball, floated forward, it's touchdown. Gabriel can't control it, and Walla is able to scramble it away from the penalty box. It's out for a Hermiston throw. Walla's got changes coming with a quarter hour remaining in the first half. Isaiah Perez and Clayton Johnson both coming into the game for the Blue Devils. Gomez will get a break. And it's Javier Hernandez who will be replaced by Johnson at that left forward position. So Perez comes in as a central midfielder for the Blue Devils. The throw over the top, and Valencia, who's come back in for Hermiston, touches it. Off of Walla last is the determination, so Bulldogs will have a throw, and they're attacking third. Trying to add on to the 1-0 lead. A goal about 6 minutes ago for Sam Cadenas. Moreno's moved all the way forward into the attacking half for this. Now he'll start to drop back as the ball's floated over the top. Too far for Cadenas into the gloves of Ruiz. And the Walla goalkeeper will control. A big punt and a big hop off of the artificial field here at Kennison Field. Touch forward. Recio Gabriel has it. He'll press after the turnover. And then it's back to Lopez. Lopez playing more of a defensive midfield position for Hermiston right now with Leal out in front of him. Those guys all interchangeable for Rich Harshberger's team. Escobedo slides it, switches to the right side for Segovia Cruz, who moves into the midfield to control. Segovia Cruz will try to go wide. The ball is cut off. Intercepted, but Hermiston turns it right back over for Mesa. On the ground to Escobedo. Escobedo will take a right-footed shot, deflected off of the heel of Moreno out wide, and Walla will have their second corner kick with 13 minutes left in the first half. Bulldogs would like to make a change. And it's determined this pause is long enough, so Cisneros will come onto the field. And Lopez will get his first break of the game. Hermiston also brings sophomore Faber Ortiz on. And he'll play on the right side in the midfield. The corner kick low and short, deflected out by Moreno, back towards midfield. Cadenas gives chase, but it'll come out for a Walla throw, just on the Walla attacking side of half. Some head tennis. Ball into the midfield, and Gabriel controls for Hermiston. Slide it wide, and a left for Nava, the defender. Up to midfield, Valencia, his drop deflected, and it caroms into the midfield for Saldana for Walla. Saldana to Parker. Parker tries to return, it's stolen. Leal stepped up, taken off of the ball, good defensive play by Perez. Escobedo for Walla, his pass is deflected. Sent forward, and Segovia Cruz deflects it off of Moreno, and Hermiston has another change. Cadenas will get his first break of the contest. And Carrillo is back in. And so Carrillo and Gabriel will be up top for Hermiston. Cadenas the goal scorer in the 20th minute. Make it 1-0. Hermiston defending with 11 minutes left in the first half. Both teams lost on opening day. Hermiston's home opener trying to get a W against the Blue Devils. Ball headed out on the far side, and Walla will have another throw. Andres Dankel, a junior sub, will put it back into play. He'll throw it over everybody, and it'll be ushered back to Cornejo, who can put his gloves on it for Hermiston. Boot forward, headed into the defense by Carrillo. Down to Leal. Leal with some nifty work in the mid to slide it forward. Ball bounces to Dankel. Dankel loses it. Hermiston on the far sideline. Ortiz, his first touch, can't keep it in. And Walla has the throw. Under 10 minutes left in the first half, trailing by 1. Deflection and a turnover. Ball sent in the middle. Nava's got it for Hermiston's defense, and he'll fling it forward right at midfield. Gabriel drops it, a foul on the Blue Devils. Miguel Moreno will come up and take this restart about 10 yards short of the midfield stripe. Go direct over the top. Carrillo and Gabriel both there. Flicked forward by Lepe after a deflection. Big swing, but Valencia down onto the turf for Lepe, and it'll deflect out. Hermiston gets a corner. They scored on a corner in the 20th minute. Getting set to take their next here in the 32nd minute. Ebelepe will be the one who again takes an in-swinger. Richardsberger instructing his defense. Walla's got everybody but Escobedo back in the penalty box to defend. Taken short. And a big shot deflected away by Ruiz. It gets out to Escobedo. Escobedo on the run. He's taken off of the ball. Into the middle. Carrillo. One touch to Lepe, and Walla another foul. This one in a dangerous spot. It's about 30 yards out. This is not necessarily dangerous for the shot, but the potential rebound. Alexis Leal will be the one, it looks like, who will take it. But Lepe is there as well. He's left-footed. It will be Lepe. On the ground, one hopper. Ruiz dives on it and covers it. 7.5 minutes left, and Ruiz has faced a couple of Hermiston shots here in the last minute to keep things at 1-0 Hermiston. In the defense, Nava has it for Hermiston. Slides it into the midfield. Valencia. One touch from Leal. Valencia moving mid-central. Loses it. Got caught up in his spikes. And a good step up by Nava to take it right back for Hermiston. Into the middle. Carrillo stomps on it. Turns. He'll touch it to Gabriel. Gabriel into the penalty box. Taken off of it. It falls for Carrillo. His left-footed shot and shanked wide. Good bit of play there, and what Rich Harshberger was looking for when we talked to him in the pregame was how much buildup could he get in the midfield. And it's been there for Hermiston here, especially in the last few minutes. That was a great example of it. Daniel Esquivel will come on. And Ruiz with the goal kick to restart. Turned over in the midfield. Owen Parker fouled. A little shove of the back by Cisneros. 5th foul for Hermiston in the first half. Their lead is 1-0. 6 minutes, a little less than that remaining in the first half as Raul Cornejo, the senior goalkeeper, has it and will boot it back to the midfield. Carries over the top of Lopez, who returned for Hermiston. And Walla gets it wide for Segovia Cruz, carries over him. Nava touches it forward to Valencia. Valencia, his pass is deflected, but he pushes it forward, and Gabriel can't control. It'll be out for a Walla throw. And the clock in the stadium says 5:15 remaining in the first half, but the instruction to the clock operator is to stop at 2 minutes, and the final 2 minutes or change is kept on the field. So in this first half, we haven't had injuries to deal with. Sam Cadenas will come back on for Hermiston and replace Jorge Carrillo. So the only real stoppage that may add a little bit of time above the 2 minutes will come from any of the activity after the goal. Owen Parker will throw it back in for Walla after the changes. Javier Hernandez talking with his head coach on the Walla sideline, getting instructions, and he will be coming back in, but after this restart, throw back in for Walla, and it's deflected. Segovia Cruz in the right corner sends one high into the air. Might have been Aussie rules football style through the goalposts, but it's just armless goal kick for Hermiston. And the Blue Devils will get to make their change with Hernandez coming on, and Segovia Cruz, the senior captain, will get his first break with just over 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Probably close to 4 minutes when you factor in the time at the stoppage after Hermiston's goal. Direct over the top. Horacio Gabriel trying to run onto it. The sliding play made by the keeper, Ruiz, but he's out of the box. Kennison Field shares football, track, lacrosse, and soccer. The soccer lines that are distinct are yellow, with the exception of the top of the penalty box, because the top of the penalty box shares the same line as the football 10-yard line. And Ruiz slides in to make the play, but he was at the top of the D when he slid in and caught the ball. No caution. Leal over the top, and it hits off of the bottom of the football crossbar. So the shot ends up not being anything. And Hermiston's lead remains at 1-0. Juan Perez Cuellar, the goal scorer on Thursday, will restart this goal kick. Bit more power across midfield. Walla looking for control in the midfield. Hernandez on the right side. Look forward by Esquivel. Wide for Hernandez. Nava taps it. And Hermiston's got it coming the other direction. Good 1-2 look to Valencia. And coming in, Gabriel called for the foul. Blue Devils wanted to go quick, but the ball wasn't at a stationary position on the restart, so they have to pull it back. It's right at the midfield stripe. And Cuellar will try to go far and direct. Ball does roll into the goal, but the whistle was blown because Hermiston was allowed to make a change during all of that. Leal comes off for Lepe. And so Cuellar will try it again. Out on the right wing, right at midfield, he'll go direct into the penalty box. It's chested down by Moreno and then cleared out to midfield. But it will roll out on the far sideline for a Walla Walla throw. Andres Dankel has it. And we'll get it back into play for Saldana. Saldana turns and flings it forward. Escobedo nods it and then gets the return. Escobedo to goalkeeper's right is cross, deflected by Moreno and then cleared. Held in, however, by Escobedo. Escobedo drops it to Perez. Perez over the top. It deflects to the goalkeeper, Cornejo. And a look at the watch. And that will be halftime. Sam Cadenas' goal in the 20th minute gives Hermiston a 1-0 lead as they host the Walla Walla Blue Devils today at Hermiston High School's Kennison Field here halftime. And we'll tell you a little bit about the first half statistics when we return. You're listening to Bulldog Soccer on GoHermiston.com. Halftime here at Hermiston High School on the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard. It is Hermiston 1, Walla Walla nothing. Yesterday, the Hermiston softball team was played host to the Hanford Falcons. They split with Hanford, with the visitors winning the first game at Rocky Heights Elementary School 7-3, and Hermiston taking the second game of the double dip, 11-7. We get our first look here on GoHermiston.com and Mixler.com/1360 KOHU of the Hermiston baseball team. Kevin Moore's team will open their season with a doubleheader against Chiawana on Tuesday, and we'll cover the second game of that doubleheader with the broadcast start right around 6 in the evening. The Bulldog baseball team, a week later than everybody else. The rest of the spring sports got started earlier this week with the tennis team starting on Wednesday against Kennewick, while Hermiston softball started on Wednesday at Southridge. That was a back-and-forth battle that ended up going Southridge's way with a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th, 8-7. And track and field started with Chiawana on Thursday here on Kennison Field inside Bulldog Stadium. Jaden Ray with 3 event wins. Bailey Jo Young caught 2 event wins, and no team scores kept for that duel between the two. But Hermiston had some very positive results from that one. We'll come back to the CMG Financial broadcast booth with more halftime. We'll tell you about how we got through the first half of action between the Blue Devils and the Bulldogs, with Hermiston in front 1-0 here on GoHermiston.com. Eric Olson with you from the CMG Financial broadcast booth inside Bulldog Stadium. The Hermiston boys soccer team playing host to the Walla Walla Blue Devils this Saturday afternoon, the home opener for Hermiston. Both Hermiston and Walla Walla lost earlier this week, so looking for win number 1 on the season. Sam Cadenas with a goal in the 20th minute. Scrambling rebound in the penalty box after a corner kick for Hermiston. They ended up with 3 corner kicks to Walla Walla's 2 shots. The Bulldogs had 6. The Blue Devils ended up with just 2 shots in the first half. One of them was on frame. Hermiston had 3 on frame, so 2 saves for Jeffrey Ruiz, the starting goalkeeper for Walla Walla. Fouls, Hermiston doubled up Walla Walla 6-3. And 1 save made by Raul Cornejo for Hermiston in goal. Cornejo is going to switch, and we will see Josh Farias take over in goal for Hermiston. So 2 senior goalkeepers, and Rich Archberger says he expects that both will be sharing time. Not necessarily always 40 minutes, but neither of them has really taken firm hold of the starting position, so they will share the spot instead. Hermiston will move left to right towards the east end zone here in the second half. Not really a breath of wind to speak of on this Saturday afternoon. Temperature just below 60 degrees. And Sam Cadenas hunched over the top of the ball right in the center circle. Waiting for the ready to play as we're waiting for Farias to get himself set in his Hermiston goal. And so it will be the Bulldogs with possession to start off the second half of the 1-0 lead. Here on GoHermiston.com and Mixler.com/1360 KOHU. The web stream is brought to you by Eastern Oregon Telecom Internet at the speed of life. Lopez sends it into the middle. They all will fling forward for Cadenas, gloved by Ruiz. Kind of an awkward ball. He had to reach behind him up into the air and ends up getting himself in a position where he feels comfortable. Hermiston will put freshman Abel Alatorre on the field to start off the second half. He, like Cadenas, also members of the football team. Chance forward for Clayton Johnson for Walla Walla. Can't control just outside the penalty box down the left side for the Blue Devils. And Alatorre, Johnson falls down, and some oohs and ahs from the JV. And Johnson may have actually injured himself. So at first, you thought it was just Alatorre with the pullback. And it's kind of like an ankle breaker, and now it does make the catcalls from the Hermiston JV boys inappropriate. As Jose Cedeno comes over to check on Clayton Johnson, the sophomore forward, kind of favoring his right leg. Dan Emery, the longtime trainer here at Hermiston, will drive from the Hermiston side to the Walla Walla side. And Juan Segovia Cruz will come in, the captain starter. As Johnson still looks to be favoring that right leg. Cadenas with a throw and restart for Hermiston. Ball gets knotted down, and Dankel fouled as he tries to get it away. So we'll see for Hermiston. That's their 7th foul of the match. We're 2.5 minutes into the second half. And Dan Emery told everything's fine, so he can finish his 40-yard loop. 400-meter loop. And get back over onto the Hermiston side. Blue Devils haven't had a ton of possession. Cuellar will come from his center back position, be shoved off of the ball in a foul. called against Jorge Carrillo. And center official reaches into her pocket. She is going to show a yellow card to Carrillo. 44th minute yellow card. And so Carrillo will have to come off. And Horacio Gabriel will replace him and be up top with Cadenas. This is how Hermiston started the game. It was a foul where Carrillo just ran right through the backside. And so Cuellar will stand over this ball. 10 yards across midfield. And so he'll send one high into the penalty box. It carries over everybody. Javier Hernandez trying to chase it down. Moreno, the central defender, beats him to it and slides it to Nava down the left wing. Nava will pull it back, send it into the middle of the field, and Hermiston builds with Leal, turning it over to Cuellar in midfield. Cuellar for Walla Walla. Outside of the foot, down the left lane for Segovia Cruz, and it's cleared out to touch by Brandon Madrigal for Hermiston. Blue Devils looking to pull themselves back, down by 1. 35 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Second half action at Hermiston's Kennison Field. Dankel the junior, his throw-in, and another foul's going to be called. Looked shoulder to shoulder. This time it's Abel Alatorre called for the foul. As a freshman, one of 3 freshmen who played varsity football this year, he was doing extra points and kicking. Something that Hermiston was able to start doing with the soccer program is they moved into Washington, and it became spring sport for soccer and still a fall sport for football. Everything's all stacked together this year since nothing started until the end of February. About a month of football, and now we're into soccer for about a month, and then we'll get to basketball and wrestling. As long as the WIAA and the OSA, although I should be more specific, as long as the states of Oregon and Washington make the move with their health departments to allow for indoor contact activities. So indoor activities like volleyball were fine because they're not determined to be contact activities. And outdoor contact activities like soccer, football, they're fine, although football and soccer aren't in the same category. It's right now still waiting for that true okay. Everybody is operating like there will be basketball, there will be wrestling. Just if it were today supposed to be the start of that 4th season in the 2 states, those sports actually aren't yet given the go-ahead. Into the 47th minute, Hermiston up 1-0, and they've got a throw, and they're attacking third. Sam Cadenas, one of those football players, will throw it down the line, and the ball is sent well out, but it's a throw down in the right corner. That ball hopped all the way out of the fence that is an oval around the outside of the track, and so now they've got one for Abel Alatorre, and he is set up just inside the corner flag for a throw. Throws it into the box, and Hermiston turns it over. Walla Walla only as far as Madrigal, and Moreno sends it back in. A lefty shot carries over the top by Leal. One-timer, one touch, and Leal rips one over the top of Ruiz for Hermiston's second goal. Alexis Leal, a bit of showmanship with that shot. Ball carrying around. Walla Walla couldn't get themselves out of their own end. And the 48th minute, Leal gives Hermiston the 2-0 lead. And Jeffrey Ruiz, he was off of his line by a couple of steps, but still inside the 6-yard box. And it was just perfectly placed. Walla Walla with the control in the midfield. Wide for Segovia Cruz. He controls on the sideline. Looking to move central. He'll float it past everybody. And Hermiston on the turnover gives it right back. Isaiah Perez. Big boot forward for Javier Hernandez. Battling with Nava. Nava nods it forward and connects with Lepe. Lopez. Back to Lepe. And a big tackle out on the right side. Boy, Cuellar. Not enough to draw. Well, no. Juan Perez Cuellar is going to be shown yellow for that challenge. Center official took a minute to go to her pocket. But Cuellar is going to get the yellow card, and he will have to come out at least until the next opportunity to sub again in high school. Enrique Gomez will replace him, who started as a central defensive midfielder. Miguel Moreno is up to take this kick. The free kick comes on the left wing, about 30 yards out from goal. He'll go backside, but it floats into Ruiz, who lifts over everybody to catch it. And the Blue Devils down to 2-0 with just a little more than a half hour left. Going to try to draw themselves back into this game, avoid going 0-2 at the start of the season. Hernandez touched forward to Escovedo. The sophomore is able to put enough pressure on Moreno to win a throw for the Blue Devils. Owen Parker will be the one who puts it back in play. Hermiston forces a turnover. Lepe in the middle of the field right now. Slides it out wide. Valencia. Forward to Gabriel. It's past him. Sliding challenge to get the ball out by Ornelas Jr. And Hermiston gets a corner kick. Their fourth of the match. That's how they scored their first goal of this contest. When Sam Cadena scored in the 20th minute, it was a rebound in the box. And Cuellar, who got the yellow card, will come back on to replace Daniel Esquivel. Alexis Leal, who scored in the 48th minute to take it 2-0 lead for Hermiston, will send the corner kick in. It's chested down, chased down by Gomez, and he'll fly it out on the far sideline, out for a Hermiston throw. And that's going to send Ricardo Sotelo, Rich Harshberger's lead assistant, the 2013 Hermiston graduate, on a little walk because it's on the outside of the dividing fence. Well, apparently on a walk and then a climb, he's going to jump over and get that one again off on that side where the construction's taking place and where during football the visitors sit. Ball headed away by Ornelas Jr. and just to the top of the penalty box, held in for Hermiston. Lopez will try, falls to Lepe. Lepe's left foot slides past Ruiz into the corner of the goal. 3-0 Hermiston. 54th minute of action, and Hermiston has now extended it to a 3-0 lead with Abel Varela Lepe's goal. Again, the Blue Devils trouble with a clearance, just like on Cadenas' goal off of a corner kick, just like on the wonder goal by Leal. And now a third goal where the Blue Devils defense just can't get it out, and Hermiston jumps on a rebound and creates an opportunity. Lopez on it as Walla Walla turns it over after the kickoff. 27.5 minutes remaining, and Hermiston flying on the front foot, up 3-0. Brandon Madrigal, right side, his pass deflected by Hernandez. Walla Walla trying to force a turnover here. Escobedo on it. And a foul. I think a handball called against Lopez as he was going down to the turf. Bulldogs changes coming. Valencia will come off for Mendoza. And Nava is out. Replaced in the defense by Faber Ortiz. Cuellar with the restart. Nodded down to Lepe, who just scored a goal a minute ago. To Gabriel. Gabriel rolls it to Cadenas. Cadenas going to try to hold up forward. Taken off of the ball by Cuellar. Good pull back by Mesa. Into space for Hernandez on the left wing. Hernandez. Triple teamed. Leal comes in and takes him off of the ball. Alexis Leal sends it into the midfield for Lepe. Lepe slides it wide. A touch coming for Ortiz, the sophomore sub. And then Mendoza. He turns it over. Hermiston gets it back, though. Turned over in the midfield by Escobedo. And Hermiston controls again, sliding it back to Brandon Madrigal, the right defensor. It's deflected to Alatorre. Alatorre playing right midfield, over the top, looking for Horacio Gabriel, headed away. Cadenas holds it in. Gabriel called for a foul, using his body to hold off the central defender. Hermiston's been whistled for 5 fouls here in the second half. To the Blue Devils, none. I think it's just an indicator of the team that's been more aggressive, the team that's been more opportunistic, and it's the team that's in front by 3. 3-0 in the 55th minute. Escobedo can't control right at the top of the D. Leal comes onto it. Forward to Gabriel. Gabriel chested down by Cadenas on a pass. Cadenas will shin it forward, and Cadenas palms to the sky. The assistant referee on the near side waving. He wants to talk to the center official. Cadenas was trying to control, and he lifted his leg up and showed spikes. For Hermiston, Jorge Carrillo, the only one on a yellow. 24 minutes and some change remaining in the first half. Excuse me, in the second half. Cadenas is going to be cautioned. And it's a red card for Sam Cadenas in the 56th minute. And Rich Harshberger wants an explanation. The 14th year head coach over on the far sideline, away from where the action's taking place, wants to know exactly what was seen here to require a red card. And this is something that was, at least in part, decided by the assistant referee on the near sideline. He was the one that was frantically waving his flag and calling the center official over to have the conversation. Cadenas got to the ball. And it's really a question of, did he truly show his spikes or not? I can't imagine that Coach Harshberger is happy with the explanation he's received. But Cadenas has been sent off, and Hermiston, with what will end up being about 24 minutes remaining, will play down a man, but up 3-0. So Cadenas, who scored the first goal of the game in the 20th minute on a rebound, is sent off in the 56th. And Cuellar on the restart. Flicked forward, but all the way back to Farias, the second goalkeeper in for Hermiston. The senior will throw it out wide to freshman Alatorre. Abel Alatorre taken off the ball by Dankel on a step-up. Hernandez will try a very far left-footed shot, and it gets back to Farias. So Hermiston's got to play the last about 24 minutes down a man. Touch wide, Gabriel. Can't keep it in, however. And Rich Archberger continuing to make changes here just to kind of figure out exactly how they want this to look. With Cadenas, the forward, going out, it probably means that they're going to leave Jorge Carrillo alone up top because Carlos Cisneros, the central defender, came on for Horacio Gabriel. There's a foul on Walla over in front of the Hermiston bench, and Bulldogs now down a man. They want to know what it's going to take to get things evened up. They feel like they've been wronged with the red card shown to Cadenas a couple of minutes ago. 59th minute right now. 3-0 Hermiston. Moreno with the free kick restart into the box. Flicked, but wide and out for a goal kick. Lopez got his head onto that one, but just couldn't steer it towards Ruiz's goal. The senior is a 4-year letter winner. He's the only guy who's been at the varsity level for the entirety of his high school career. And Rich Archberger says Lopez is the most versatile as well. He can play out on the wing, he can play as a forward, and he can, a shot right to Farias, controlled off of Hernandez's foot. He can play the center attacking mid position where he normally does. That shot in the end doesn't matter because it was missed that on the far side. The assistant referee had his flag up for Hernandez moving into an offside position, so the shot doesn't count. Just crossed the halfway point here in the second half. Hermiston's lead is 3-0. And the senior central defender, Miguel Moreno, will go all the way over the top. And Carrillo shoulders down Dankel, but the goalkeeper, Ruiz, has it. Ruiz will punt it back towards midfield over Segovia Cruz, and it comes out off of Lepe last, so Hermiston stays on the defense as Walla Walla moves into their attacking third. Senior sub Isaiah Perez. He'll just drop it in for Parker. Parker switches the field to Dankel, the left defender. Now he'll go up top. Hernandez touches it around Alatorre, but right to Madrigal. Madrigal, his flick into the middle of the field. Ornelas Jr. wide to Hernandez. Hernandez crosses it. Headed ball parried over the top by Farias on a try by Escobedo. First true test of the contest for Josh Farias. Escobedo made a nice run in. The sophomore put it middle of the goal, just under the goalpost. Now Farias will come off, and he's got some contact with Escobedo. Karam's out to the guy who took the corner kick. Gomez sends it right back to the goalkeeper. And Hermiston controls and survives that attempt by Walla Walla. Playing down a man as we get set to enter the 63rd minute of action here at Kennison Field. You're listening to it on GoHermiston.com and Mixler.com/1360 KOHU, the web stream from KOHU Sports, brought to you by Eastern Oregon Telecom. Internet at the speed of life. Lepe, one of the goal scorers, drops it back to Madrigal, the defender, forward to Leal. Alexis Leal had the goal of the game so far. We have a stoppage, and they are going to let Walla Walla make a change on this foul, and a free kick restart coming for Hermiston. As Owen Parker looks like he was a bit shaken up, he'll be replaced by Gabriel Mercado. Moreno over the top and into Hermiston's attacking position. Ball's going to fall for Carrillo. Carrillo gets around one defender, heads it into Ruiz's hands. And the Walla Walla goalkeeper throws it out on the right side. Physicality, pick it up, just kind of some shoving and pushing really after balls are passed and sent on both sides right now. Leal's going to get a break, and Horacio Gabriel back on for Hermiston. Madrigal mistouched. Mendoza swings it out to the far sideline, and it's shepherded out by Ornelas Jr. for a Walla Walla throw. Blue Devils have just over 16 minutes plus whatever stoppage, quote-unquote, is added in the final 2 minutes when the clock gets stopped to deal with an injury and a couple of cautions here in the second half. Big run by Hermiston, and right to Ruiz on the left-footed shot attempt by Abel Alatorre. The first time the freshman really left the right midfield position where he was kind of tucked in for the Bulldogs. Well, it's going to have to stretch things if they want a chance to get back into this. That's across to Hernandez. Hernandez settles it with his left foot. On his right foot, Madrigal backtracks and takes it away from him. Chested down by Gomez to hold it, and Gomez will try an optimistic shot from 30 yards out, finishes wide. Hermiston another change. Abel Alatorre will come out. The freshman being replaced by Angel Valencia. But Alatorre's got his first career shot out of the way. Didn't put a lot on it for Ruiz, but it was on his left foot. Right-footed kicker who was perfect on point-after attempts when the snap was in a good enough spot during the football season. There was only 1 point after that didn't go home in the 4 games for Hermiston. And that one you couldn't put on the freshman kicker because he never got a chance to kick it. Leal comes back in for Hermiston, and he's got in the middle of the field, trying to control, take it off of the ball by Segovia Cruz. Segovia Cruz slides it wide. Hernandez can't chase it down, and Hermiston's got a throw on the near sideline. Blue Devils have a change. Daniel Vega will come back on for Gomez, as Jose Cedeno continues to try to make changes. Walla Walla looks to claw back in, down 3-0, but up a man. After the red card in the 56th minute to Sam Cadenas. A turnover to shot right at Farias by Segovia Cruz. Left-footed shot, and he just put himself in a place where he couldn't get a lot on it. Mendoza slides it forward. Gabriel, who can fly, tries to chase it down. Ruiz will pound it out for a Hermiston throw on the far sideline just over the Bulldogs bench. 3-0 lead. Angel Mendoza, the sophomore. Him and Gabriel, just a couple of sparks for Hermiston with a ton of speed. Bulldogs will make a change in the defense. Nava returning for Faber Ortiz. And Nava will slide it back to Moreno. Turned over. Good step up, and it's Mesa on the run the other way. But he loses it. Leal into the middle for Cisneros. Cisneros touches it to Lopez. Lopez, his return. Leal has it taken away from him, but Leal turns and spins around the defender Mesa. Leal now draws it back. He's going to switch the field to Valencia out on the right wing. Valencia flicks it, touched right back to him, and good job backtracking. Vega will knock it out, but it will be for a Hermiston corner kick. Bulldogs don't have to take this particularly quickly in the 68th minute. A 3-0 lead. They could slam the door on the Blue Devils, though, if they could slam this one home. It'll be an outswinger off of Alexis Leal's boot. He'll take it with his right. Curling to the top. It bounces through everything. Walla again having trouble getting it out. But a foul called and a yellow card shown to Horacio Gabriel. 69th minute, yellow card caution. And so Abel Varela Lepe, who scored the goal in the 54th minute to give us our 3-0 scoreline where we're at right now, will come back into the game. Third caution for Hermiston. And they are playing down a man after Sam Cadenas was shown red for showing his spikes to the Walla Walla player he was challenging in the middle of the field. Escobedo, the sophomore, flicks it middle, off of the shoulder. Hernandez trying to get it to him. It's headed by Mercado right to the goalkeeper, Farias. Offside was determined. No, they're going to call Mercado for a foul this time. Miguel Moreno off to the near sideline. Valencia heads it to keep it in. Vega, though, on the turnover. Gives it right back to Leal. Leal slides it to Cisneros. Wide to Valencia. Time and space. Forward to Carrillo. Carrillo. Into the middle to Leal. Lepe slides it wide. Mendoza with space to the goalkeeper's right. Mendoza, his cross, deflected. Carrillo flings it right back to Ruiz, who gloves it for the Blue Devils. Under 10 minutes remaining, plus the stoppage time for Walla Walla, down 3-0. Big switch by Walla Walla. Vega into the middle of the field for Mercado. Back to Vega. Flicked it wide to Hernandez. Brandon Madrigal steps up and takes it away for Hermiston. Leal going to work again in the one-on-one action in the middle. Good step up. And a steal by Ornelas Jr. Leal takes it right back. Cisneros touches it to Lepe. Abel Varela Lepe. Nava back into the middle. And in a phone booth, Leal gets it away from another Walla Walla pressure. But it's out off of Moreno for a Walla Walla throw. And the Blue Devils will make a change. Clayton Johnson, the sophomore, out for Javier Hernandez. You can see the second contest here in the last couple of days is weighing on both of these teams. Leal out and Abel Alatorre will come back in for Hermiston. He'll play in a central midfield position. For Rich Harshberger, he just called Alatorre up from the JV team, and so in some ways he's going to put him a couple of different places here today just to kind of figure out exactly what he's got, because Alatorre was with the football team, so he didn't get as much time with the rest of the guys. Actually, Harshberger said he'd like to bring up one more winger from the JV side, but somebody's got to jump out at him. He's good at the striker position, but he could use one more guy on the wings just so that they can continue. They're going to play quite a bit in a short period of time to get this season in about a month, so more bodies is never going to be a bad thing. Abraham Escobedo has it down the right wing for Walla Walla. He'll pull it back and move towards midfield. Now switch it to the left side, but nobody's there. And Valencia has a carom off of his chin. Valencia still on it, slides it wide. Mendoza running towards the Hermiston sideline, can't keep it in. Walla Walla with a throw. in the 73rd minute. The Blue Devils trailing the Bulldogs 3-0. But Walla Walla is playing up a man, as they have been for the last 18 minutes. Escobedo, the sophomore, controls. Mornelas Jr., big hopeful pass forward, doesn't go anywhere. Mendoza will come poke it out from behind of Escobedo. Big ball towards Farias' goal. He'll grab it, and then he'll roll it out into space. Touch wide. Valencia. Central for Cisneros. Cisneros. Into the open area. Out to Mendoza on the right side. And Hermiston wins a throw. Six minutes left, plus any additional time that is added once we get to 2 minutes, and the clock is paused on the stadium scoreboard. Mendoza will come out. Nice touch by Lopez. Lopez all by himself. He'll pull it back. Lepe finishes, and he's got two. 4-0 Hermiston. 75th minute goal by Abel Varela Lepe. On the assist from Moises Lopez. The Bulldogs on their way to 1-1 here through week 1 of the season. Against a Blue Devil team after losing to Kamayakan 2-1 on Thursday. Now still up a man. Can they get a goal? Kind of come out of this last 5 or so minutes for Jose Cedeno's team with some positive vibrations. Going into their action next week, Tuesday, they host to Chiawana. And then they get a second look at Kamayakan a week later on the 13th. Near sideline, Dankel with the steal, the defender. Set it more forward to Escobedo. Escobedo slides it out wide. There's some space on the right side for Segovia Cruz. Segovia Cruz, though, can't get much behind that shot, and Farias has it. .345 left on the clock as it runs. Lepe and Valencia battling in the middle there. Now Lopez taken down, kind of tackled. Lopez is really now playing by himself up top for Hermiston as they play with 10, and was able to create that opportunity that led to the 4th goal. A sliding tackle by Daniel Vega to take down Ortiz. Walla Walla will make more changes. Ethan Marsh comes back on. Javier Hernandez comes back on. And Escobedo comes off for the first time in the second half. The sophomore replaced along with Juan Segovia Cruz. Hermiston on Tuesday goes to Richland. Then Friday they go to Pasco. Big bounding ball back to Jeffrey Ruiz, the Walla Walla goalkeeper. Faber Ortiz for Hermiston, the sophomore. Dispossessed by Vega, but Vega fouls him. And Hermiston, Alatorre thought about a quick restart. Alatorre will slide it. Lopez, right in the middle of the park. Dispossessed by Mesa. Out wide to Johnson. Clayton Johnson weaving through a couple of the Bulldogs. Now we'll put it on the turf, cut out by Madrigal. Brendan Madrigal's pass. Alatorre's got it. He'll drop it. Into space. Erasmo Carrillo on the near side. Loses it. Mercado steals. Mercado's turn to nobody. Josh Farias comes off his line and has it on the right side, just at the edge of the penalty box. So the stadium clock is now paused with 2 minutes left, but there's 3 goals to account for, plus the stoppage when in the 56th minute Sam Cadenas was sent off with a red card. But the energy level, it seems like everybody's kind of at the bottom of the tank. The gaslight is on for both the Blue Devils and the Bulldogs. And the indication was just the 3 additional minutes plus the 2. So that should put us with about 4 minutes remaining before the final whistle. Hermiston up 4-0. Playing down a man. Blue Devils another change. Enrique Gomez will come back on for Daniel Vega before a Walla Walla throw. Next time Hermiston's home, Tuesday the 13th, they'll host Chiawana, who beat them with 2 second-half goals in the season opener on Thursday. So after losing 2-0, Hermiston a very good response on the way to a victory here against Walla Walla. Question is there one more still? Cisneros has it in the middle of the field. Cisneros will drop. Nava out on the left wing from the defense. Slides it forward. Valencia to Lepe, who's got 2 goals. And Cisneros will switch the field out to the right side. Pass won't get to Faber Ortiz, but Ortiz comes and gets his head on it. Ball caroms off a Dankel. Valencia in a foot race with Johnson. And it's touched last by the Walla Walla defender. Clayton Johnson, the sophomore, he played left forward at the start of this half. Got hurt when Abel Alatorre pulled one back and he went tumbling. And now he's been playing out of the right defense. Should be about 2.5 minutes remaining on the referee's watch, with Hermiston in front 4-0. These teams will meet in Walla Walla the second to last day of the season, Friday, April 30th, with a 4 o'clock in the afternoon game. Hermiston girls soccer, playing in that first season, played more of a Oregon non-conference schedule, not a full part of the WIAA. There's a foul by Mercado, and Mercado is going to be shown yellow. So Mercado is replaced by Juan Segovia Cruz. Both teams have Easter Sunday off and then one day of practice before action on Tuesday. Abel Alatorre down to the byline will carom one off for Mercado and win a corner kick for Hermiston. Bulldogs will have about a minute left. And it will be Abel Varela Lepe, your Delish Bistro player of the game. Goals in the 54th minute and the 75th minute. The brace The last 2 goals for Hermiston. And he will take this an in-swinger with his left foot towards the back post. Karam's all the way wide to Lopez, but a foul called on Hermiston for a shove of the back. And there is the 3 tweets of the whistle. Full-time Hermiston 4-0 winners today with the 2 goals by Abel Varela Lepe in the second half to get the win, and a shutout shared by Raul Cornejo in the first half and Josh Farias in the second half in Hermiston's goal. We've got your Sway Motors post-game show coming to you from Kennison Field and Bulldog Stadium here when we come back on GoHermiston.com.